So this is my first video and it kind of jumps around, so enjoy. Okay, little disclaimer before I tell this story. I don't condone stealing and what I did was an asshole move, but it kind of all worked out in the end, So the first time I stole probably had to be back in 3rd grade. There was this ice cream truck that always came to my school after it ended. And I mean, this truck hooked it up. It had the SpongeBob and Sonic ice creams, you know, the ones with the gumball eyes, those big fat ice cream sandwiches, chocolate tacos, and even fresh snow cones. So almost every day I would try to figure out a way to make money. The first step was every kid's, asking their mom and dad. 9 out of 10 times that wouldn't work. So when that didn't work, I would go through drawers, couch cushions, the dryer, old pants, try to find at least $1 and change. And when I finally did scrounge up $1 or $2, I would usually go to the dollar store and buy something really cool and try to resell it to my neighbor or somebody down the block, but that's a different story. And after none of that worked, I would just end up going to school and try not to make eye contact with the truck. Or I know some spell would have came over me and I would have hopped on board and GTA'd the truck and drove it back to my house. Okay, so now for the stealing part. I was in class one day and my teacher was reading us all a story like she did every day 10 minutes before the bell rang. Well, today I happened to be sitting behind a girl who was wearing a see-through backpack and I was fascinated by it. Wow, man, that's the coolest thing ever. Then I realized it wasn't the coolest thing ever. I could see everything she had, and what she had was a $5 bill in her very back pocket. And I thought about it for a second, and I'm not sure what came over me. Maybe it was just a particularly hot Arizona summer's day, or if my little boy brain just wanted that sweet, sweet Ninja Turtle face ice cream. But I knew I wanted that $5. I then nudged my friend Cody, who was sitting on the right of me. Psst, hey Cody. Psst, hey Cody.
What?
That girl has $5 in her backpack.
So?
So I can get us both ice cream.
I'm not going to steal.
You don't have to. Just keep a lookout.
No, I just want to listen to the story.
Man, you've already heard this one like 20 times. The caterpillar eats everything and turns into a butterfly. Now come on.
Fine, but if we get caught, I blame you.
Just keep a lookout. So after scanning the room for a bit, making sure nobody was watching, I took an inch closer. And closer, and closer, like a teenage boy trying to make a move on his first date. Then I finally got close enough that I would block anybody behind me from seeing what I was doing. I slowly unzipped the pocket just enough that I could slide my 2 fingers in and pull out the money. My teacher coughed, and I experienced my first little panic attack, but at the same time she coughed, my arm pulled back, and I had the bill in my hands. I then zipped up the bag and sat as far away from her as I could. Look at that shit-eating grin. You make me sick. Me. After the bell rang, I was the first one to bolt through that door, leapfrogging through kids, trying to be the first one in line at the truck. I ended up buying 2 ice creams, one for me and one for my friend Cody. We then sat at a bench nearby and started eating them while we waited for his bus. And after about 5 minutes of sitting there and enjoying what I thought was a clean job, I realized something. Oh crap, my brother goes to this school. That's when I turned around and saw him coming out of the main exit. I had ice cream all over my face, dripping down my hands. I yelled at Cody, "Yo, hide your ice cream before he sees." He finally made it to us. We were sitting there looking as guilty as a dog that just ripped through trash and had the lid still around his neck. He then gave me this weird look. "What are you guys hiding under the table? Where did you get the money for that?" And as I was trying to make up a random lie, Cody blurts out,
He stole $5 from a girl in class. I told him not to, but he didn't listen.
After giving me this mean look, I just start the walk of shame all the way home. The whole time I knew he was going to tell my mom what I had done. Now she would have whipped my ass. But after we got to the front door, he stopped me and asked to make a deal. He would give me $5 to give back to her if I did his chores for 2 weeks. I agreed instantly. I felt so relieved. She didn't whip my ass. So the next day, I went to school, I apologized, I gave her a snack, and everything ended up being relatively okay. Just kidding, I went back to school and I bought 2 more ice creams. Yeah!
I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good song in my feet, feel that